Shadow X is a budget mech with all the bells and whistles, OLED, gaskets and hybrid wireless. And I'm not sure how Epomaker pulled it off, but they did, and I'm grateful. In this video I'm going to show you everything you want to know about the Shadow X, an Epomaker budget mech surprisingly full of features. It's like they took all the best parts from other keyboards and combined them into one affordable package. We'll explore its customization options, weigh its pros and cons, evaluate its typing experience, assess its battery life and determine who would benefit most from using this keyboard. But before we get into it, let's see what's in the box. The packaging is simple and clean with black bands over the cardboard and a render of the keyboard on the front. There's some marketing on the back and sides, but nothing too crazy. Inside of the box, the keyboard is neatly wrapped in soft wax paper. The accessories are all underneath in a separate compartment. Epomaker includes a USB-C cable, keycap puller and switch remover, yellow PBT keycaps and 3 spare switches. The spare switches are a nice touch and they are more useful than you might think. They're good for peace of mind in case a switch breaks, and they're also handy for modding or lubbing switches. The Shadow X's gunmetal finish gives the impression of an aluminium top plate, but it's actually all plastic. Despite this, the build quality is solid, with no flags or creaking. It feels sturdy and well made, especially for a budget price tag. This TKL keyboard packs some unique features. It has a handy rotary knob for switching between wired, Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz wireless modes, making it a breeze to connect to multiple devices. However, the rotary knob is limited to switching connection modes. Key shortcuts or a programmable smart wheel would have been more versatile. The keyboard also boasts a built-in OLED display that provides useful information including the current connection mode, battery level, and I can even upload the custom GIFs, a premium touch rarely seen on the budget keyboards. The hot swappable switches let you easily customize the keyboards to your liking. It comes with various stock linear and tactile configurations, but I went for the Bluebird linear switches, which are nice and soft. The Bluebirds are decent and the stabilizers are well lubricated and sound great. You might also try version with Quiet Linear Gateron Pro Yellow or Wisteria Linear, but if you want the ultimate tactile experience, I recommend the Budgerigar switches. They have more pronounced bump and feel better than Cherry MX Browns overall. The keyboard also works with most 3 and 5 pin Cherry MX style switches, so you can swap in whatever tactile or linear switches you prefer. Epomaker adds a foam layer between the plate and the PCB to dampen the sound for a quieter typing experience. Right, so Epomaker tosses in a few yellow keycaps to add a bit of color to the keyboard's minimalist look. I'm personally a fan of the stock dark grey, but the only thing I'm not crazy about is the Windows key. It would be awesome if Epomaker and other major keyboard manufacturers offered CMD and option keycaps for Mac users. As some of you have mentioned in our previous keyboard reviews, there's nothing worse for a Mac user than seeing a Windows key or logo on their keyboard. This really puts some Mac users off, so dear designers at Epomaker, please consider offering CMD and option keycaps. Doing so could potentially win over a whole bunch of new Mac users, as this keyboard easily beats out Apple Magic's keyboard in terms of design. It's just that Windows key that kind of ruins it. The keyboard has a dual OS support and a dedicated FN layer for accessing various functions including brightness, volume, backlight and media controls. Additionally, the FN key allows you to reset the keyboard and customize the RGB lighting. Changing the RGB lighting pattern is a bit intricate. You'll need to press FN and menu keys and navigate through the options using the side arrow keys. Once you've found the option you want to adjust, press Enter while still holding FN and menu. You can modify brightness, animation speed, colors, or lighting patterns this way. It's a bit involved at first, but it prevents accidental changes. You can also change the lighting patterns using the software, but we'll discuss it in a minute. The keyboard boasts a range of RGB lighting options, including preset effects to choose from. However, the opaque keycaps hinder the light's transmission, resulting in a more subdued illumination. You can adjust the backlight mode, speed and brightness using the FN key, but this keyboard might not appeal to RGB enthusiasts or those who are seeking a vibrant light display. The keyboard has a few ways to connect it to your computer or whatever else you're using. So you can hook up the Shadow X to your computer using a wire, or you can go wireless if you're into that. Epomaker sent us one of their cool USB accessories, the mix cable. This community-designed beauty complements the Shadow X perfectly. It's double-shielded, crafted from durable Techflex, and features a retro-cool coiled design. It also has a 4-pin DIN connector, similar to the old MIDI cables popular in the 90s. If you're a gamer who prefers wired connections, this cable is worth considering. It provides a lightning-fast, delay-free connection, and it costs around $20 US. It comes in a variety of colors to match your keyboard, so you can't go wrong. Check it out if you're interested. There's a link in the video description. I've been using the 2.4 GHz connection with my PC without any issues like missed keystrokes or delays. So let's test out the Bluetooth connectivity now.
And before we carry on, make sure you're subscribed.
Bluetooth offers the most flexibility, allowing you to connect to iPads and iPhones as well. To connect via Bluetooth, press FN+1 to enter the pairing mode and then select the keyboard from your device Bluetooth settings. If you encounter connection issues, press and hold FN and 1, 2 and 3 simultaneously for 5 seconds to reset the Bluetooth connections. I tested the keyboard with my wife's iPad Air and my son's Android tablet, and it performed flawlessly on both devices. The keyboard was promptly recognized and the typing was seamless. I also connected the keyboard to my iMac and it worked admirably. The connection remained stable and I didn't experience any missed keystrokes. The keyboard includes optional software for customizing the keyboard, including macros, key reassignment and RGB lighting. While functional, the software could be improved, but it's a decent tool for maximizing keyboard's potential. Unlike the Epomaker RT100, the Shadow X doesn't support QMK VIA, but it utilizes its own driver software for customizing keys, backlight, sleep setting, macros and more. The software is user-friendly and comprehensive, even offering a sketchpad feature to personalize the built-in OLED screen with GIFs, images and text. I experimented with various visuals and discovered this captivating Matrix-style animated GIF. It's the iconic sequence of Neo chasing the White Rabbit, and now I have it adorning my keyboard. Any image can be used, but consider the optimal aspect ratio of vertical. The keyboard delivers a silky smooth and responsive typing experience accompanied by a satisfying thunk sound. The combination of a gasket mount, silicone and foam sheets, a polycarbonate plate with IXPA switch pads, thicker PBT keycaps and pre-looped stabilizers effectively dampens the sound and enhances the overall feel. Even though I'm a terrible typist, I could tell that the Shadow X has exceptional typing capabilities. It rivals other keyboards I've used, offering pleasing feedback and a gratifying clicky sound. Moreover, its customizability and diverse switch options make it an appealing choice for discerning typists.
So what about the battery, you might be wondering?
The keyboard boasts impressive battery life, delivering up to 44 hours of continuous use with the RGB off. Even with moderate RGB usage, you can expect 3 to 4 days of uninterrupted productivity. To further extend the battery life, consider turning off the backlight or activating power-saving mode. One caveat to note is that the battery saver mode triggers a sleep state after a few seconds of inactivity. To reactivate the keyboard, simply press any key. This process takes approximately 2 to 3 seconds, which might be a minor inconvenience for users accustomed to instant wake up. However, since the battery saver mode cannot be disabled, you'll need to adapt to this if you intend to use the keyboard wirelessly. So overall, I'm thoroughly impressed with the Epomaker Shadow X battery life. It stands out as one of the longest lasting wireless keyboards available, making it an ideal choice for users seeking extended productivity on a single charge. Packed with features like unique form factor, OLED screen, hot swappable switches, wireless connectivity and RGB lighting, the Epomaker Shadow X delivers exceptional value. The only real drawback is the underutilized knob, restricted to switching connection modes and lacking a more versatile function. The Shadow X caters well to those seeking a compact keyboard that doesn't compromise on typing comfort or wireless convenience,
And the battery life on this thing
further enhances its appeal. However, the non-transparent keycaps subdue the RGB lighting, make it less suitable for RGB enthusiasts. You can get this keyboard on Amazon or the official EpoMaker website. Links are in the video description, or you can scan the QR code on the screen now to go straight to Amazon. We're not affiliated with EpoMaker in any way. I got this keyboard for free for this review, but I wasn't obligated to make it sound good. All the tests and opinions in this video are my own, so you can be sure it's a real deal. If you have any questions, requests, or just want to say hi, just leave us a comment below.
Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.